Usually, Ralph Rose, best known as self-reliance, and comparing with his appearance and the works. I think this thing has a potential to create meaning for all of you, as young people who probably wonder about things like truth and where your lives are going. Knowing this philosophy will help you when you read self-reliance, and basically one of the main beliefs that he had was about truth. Emerson says it's found within ourselves. So this truth, the idea that it's in each one of us, is one of the first points that you'll see Emerson making in this essay. It's a bit abstract, but he's very into each person believing his or her own thought, believing in yourself and the sort of conviction that's true for you. But actually, he ties up in with universal truths, something everyone knows but doesn't realize that now. Most of us aren't in touch with ourselves in a way, so we just aren't capable of recognizing profound truths. It takes geniuses, people like, say, Shakespeare, who are unique because when they have a glimpse at these truths, these universal truths, they pay attention to it and express it and don't just dismiss it like most people do. So Emerson is really into each individual believing and trusting him or herself. Issues that he writes about, well, first conformity. He criticizes that people of his time for abandoning their own for the sake of confusion and consistency. They try to fit in the world out with their belief and their identities. Therefore, it's best to be non-conformist, to do your own thing, not worrying about what other people think. That's an important point. He rarely drives this argument home throughout the essay. To do your own thing is not worrying about what other people think. Well, really, I want you to think about that and why that kind of sort of reverend over his time. Remember, this is 1838. Self-reliance was a novel idea at the time, and United or less secure about as an individual and as Americans. The country as a whole was trying to define itself. Emerson wanted to give people something to really think about, and what a man and be who they were. So that's something that I think is different as relevant today as it was then. Probably, especially among young adults like yourselves. Courage being a time to sort of really think about who you are and where you are going. No, we already said that Emerson really emphasizes nonconformity, right? As a way to sort of not lose your own self and identity in the world, to have your own truth and not to be afraid to listen to it. He takes this a step further. Not conforming also means or other than the sad thing about it is not for anywhere or you're not content. Emerson said that at Big Four is to be consistent even with the focus on the future. She says that much as more inconsistency is good. He talks about a ship's voyage, and this is one of the most famous zigzag lines. Of course, it seems a little all over the place. But from farther away, the troopers showed, and in the end it justifies all the turns along the way. So don't worry if you're not sure where you're headed or what you're going to stay true to yourself, and it will make sense in the end. I mean, I can attest to that. Before I was a literature professor, I was an accountant. Before that, I was a newspaper reporter. My life is taking some pretty interesting turns, and here I am, very happy with my experiences and where they brought me. If you rely on yourself and trust your own talent, your own interests, don't worry. Your path will make sense in the end.